Hello, and welcome back to Movies and the People Who Love Them. I'm Emma, and this is the podcast for literally anyone who's ever loved a movie for any reason. I'm your host, and every week this is the show where I have anyone, literally anyone, stranger, family, friend, come on, and we just talk about their 4 favorite movies and why they love them. And this week, I'm so excited. I have my friend Sierra on. This is so fun. A mutual friend introduced us that I met at college, and we have kind of only ever been like internet friends up until this point. This is the first time we've ever like talked in real life, and we've already spent plenty of time before this recording started just chatting away about everything. And I'm just so excited. This is going to be so fun. And we just have so much to talk about. I'm so excited. So Sierra, do you just want to tell us a little about yourself, introduce yourself?
Yeah. So, like she said, I'm Sierra. I'm 27 and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, from the Derby City. And I'm a social worker, so I literally spend all day working with families, kids, substance use specifically, and I just try to find outlets every day that make me motivated to go to work the next day. So I'll kind of lose myself in a lot of books, and I've recently gotten into the 2025 scene of films because 2025 was the year of
Oh, it was such a good
incredible film.
year. Oh, it was such a good year. And we're
It
going to
was
talk about
so
some.
amazing.
It was such a good
And
year.
two of my top favorite
Mhm.
films were 2025. I'm like, come on.
Just so significant. No, it was such a good year. Oh, I'm so excited. No, I think that's really true. And like finding the little outlets, I think you're good at that, and I also just think that's so important. Do you have any others that you feel like you found? Are you reading anything great right now? Any other like kind of little
I
outlets you want to share?
So I actually I completed my Goodreads goal already. It was
Oh, look
30
at you.
books and I'm at 31. I just started my
Amazing.
32nd. This is another thing Emma and I have very in common. Every time I see a Little Women, I pick
Oh,
it up.
I don't know if you can
I,
tell. All my like this is only like honestly half of my collection. Some are over there, some are in storage. I It's my
well,
heart
so
and
like
soul.
three of these are Little Women. This is the
Yes,
Bridgerton series because
yes.
Bridgerton hit me up.
Dude, I
I
need to
love
that's a blind
Bridgerton.
spot for me, and I need to like get into it. I'm not kidding. No, I know.
You would love season three. Season three is my season,
I
and
have
nobody else has that.
that's Colin and Penelope's, right? Okay,
Yes.
fun fact, that's the only season that I've seen really any of. I've seen pieces here and there of the other one. I have seen the whole first part of the third one. And I don't remember why I didn't finish because I really did like it. You know what I was finishing my degree when it came out, and so I was in like my last
Mm.
semester of school, and I was like, I don't think I really did anything besides that, and I think I just forgot about it until so I'll get back
I
into it. That's a good
had I
reminder.
had no way to forget about that season because every single time I watched it, I like got immersed in it, and I made my mom watch it. I made my granny
I
watch it. I
love
was having
it.
everybody watch Bridgerton.
Oh, I just love that. Oh, I love things like that we can all just connect on and that you can be obsessed with and like force everyone in your life to love it because they're gonna like love it as much as you do. It's so fun. Oh, there's nothing like it. And I love that you love Little Women as much as I do. And yeah, you just know how special it is. So this is gonna be really fun. This is gonna be really, really fun. Should we get into it? What do you want to start with?
Yes.
What movie do you want to start with?
Let's do Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz
Okay.
is like I love that movie so much. My mom was the one that introduced me to Wizard of Oz. And one of her favorite stories to tell is that when they would drive me to Florida to do our like family vacations, I watched
Mhm.
it from the moment we left our house to the moment we got to wherever we were going. And
How long of a drive is that?
like 10 to 12 hours with
So you just like watch it
stops.
on loop? Oh my
I
gosh.
would watch it on loop.
For reference, I watched it last night. I haven't watched it honestly. I don't think I've watched it since I was a kid. I was trying to think of like when I have watched it since. I don't think I've watched it since I was a kid. Um, but that movie's an hour and a half, a little over. It's like I think like an hour 40 or something. And so you just watch it over and over. Oh, I love that so much. So it's been
I
like a favorite
would
since you were a kid, pretty
Oh
much.
my gosh, and I loved it. And then when the Wicked craze came out, I was
Of
like, oh my
course,
gosh, maybe Wizard
it's
of Oz
back.
is gonna make a comeback
Yeah.
because I don't. So here's the other thing. I know that there are a lot of issues with the production of the film
Sure.
because of just the horrifying things that Judy Garland went through as an actress. And I'm very
Yeah.
passionate about Judy Garland and
Yeah.
Liza Minnelli. Like, I will protect Liza with my life. I'm not
I
even
love
kidding.
that.
And when I went to LA with my mom one year, I specifically only wanted to go to the Hollywood Cemetery so that I could pay
Of
my
course.
respects to Judy and Toto.
Yes. And
Toto's
Toto,
there.
he's there too. She?
Toto's
Harry.
there.
Is it she or he? I realize
I
that I
think
don't know.
I think it's a boy.
I think you're right. You know who would know?
Judy.
Yes. But also, I don't know if you've seen like her videos. I first saw her on TikTok. I'm sure she's like doing a lot of other things. Her name's Tori, and she does like the Oz vlog. And she says she's a
Yes.
Wizard of Oz historian. Do you know who I'm talking about? I've never
Yes.
seen anyone who loves anything as much as she loves the Wizard of Oz, and I love her for it. Like, anyways, she would know, but
She wouldn't. And
that's
like the
that's
crazy thing
here
about
nor
Wizard
there.
of Oz for me is it kind of shaped my personality as a person because one, loved Judy Garland.
Of
Two,
course.
loved me some. I love the idea of. This is gonna sound so morbid, but I live in Tornado Alley, so every time a tornado came through, I was like, "This is my moment.
This is my Wizard of Oz moment.
This is my moment." And
Oh,
when I was a little kid, even now, I have a pair of red ruby slippers in this
oh,
closet right here. And my mom said that she would buy me new ones every single time I would outgrow another pair. And I didn't
can't be
know
without
that.
it.
Yeah, I just thought they grew with me. I didn't realize
Oh,
that they were
that's so
buying them.
tender.
And
Oh, I love
so
that.
seeing the love for Wizard of Oz come back these recent years has just really made me emotional. I'm like, this was my movie and you guys are loving it
And
too.
you love it as much as I do. Oh, I love
I
that.
do. And I'm just obsessed with the fact that it was one of the first films actually filmed for color for TV. And
Incredible.
you can actually see the changes because it was originally filmed in like the mid 1930s and then the official colored one came out at the very end of
Oh,
30.
that's
I think it
so
was like
cool.
37, 39. So you can see that like Judy's hair grew super long in the second filming of it. Like that's why
Gosh, that's
Dorothy's
so
hair is
cool.
like
Yeah.
it's so cool. And like her dress is kind of a different gingham color because they didn't have the ability to buy the same one. It was just,
Oh,
you
that's
can
so
just see
cool.
the changes. You can also see that she's like 14 in the original filming, and then she's
Yeah.
obviously like 16, 17 in the
Yeah.
final one. And I just found that to be really cool. And then when I was a kid, I didn't recognize that the people that she meets in Oz, like her little teammates, are actually the people
Yes.
from the farm.
Yes. I love
So
it.
like the older I got, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so obviously
Yeah.
like a fascination from her dreams of like the people who bring her comfort.
Yes.
And I've always been, I kind of have always wondered if they could have done like her aunt and uncle in there somewhere, but they
Yeah.
never did. And I always found that to be fascinating.
You're
But
right.
I read the book as a kid too, and in the
Oh,
book they're
really?
not really mentioned. Yeah, it's L. Frank Baum.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in my little
I
collection
love
over
that.
there.
Yeah, it's like a whole
But
series.
it is, and it's so. And then like, don't read Wicked. Just like a
Um,
PSA.
Here's the thing that I have read parts, and I've said might be enough for me.
don't don't read Wicked. Wizard of Oz, read it. It's very cute. It's like a children's chapter book. So like,
Yeah.
there's cute little drawings, and
Yeah.
like the scarecrow looks just a little bit sus, but everything else is fine. Wicked, don't read it.
It's a lot. That's you can listeners, you can read it if you desire. You can look up a synopsis. It's just a lot. It's not really like the movie or the musical. Like there are
Look at the
pieces of
trigger.
it, but yeah,
Look at
yeah,
the trigger
do that.
warnings. That's all I'll say.
Yes.
Um, but the wizard, and then there's a second. There's an adaptation of the second part of Wizard of Oz that was my favorite too. And Judy Garland actually wasn't alive to see it be made, but they have like little quirks of her in it. It's on Disney Plus. It's
Oh,
called
what is
Return
it?
to Oz.
Oh,
Return to
wait,
Oz.
of
It's great.
course. Of course. Okay, I saw that
It's
one as a
so
kid and I haven't seen it since, and I it was
it's
kind of
so
scared
weird.
me. It kind of
Yeah,
scared me.
they have like the Munchkins are now wheelers. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? They're
Why?
like these
What
roller skating,
happened?
face
Yeah.
painted weirdos.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Um, One thing that I was like, I don't know. I was thinking as I was like watching it last night. I was thinking about you, and I was thinking about like Tori and the Oz vlog and like just like what I feel like we forget what this is like such a formative piece of cinema, literally not just for movies, because obviously it is. Again, like you're mentioning, it was like one of the first, if not the first, like movies filmed on for color. Like it, but it was just like it's such a like foundational piece of like culture. I feel like we don't realize how much of the like I don't know the phrases that we use and things like that and like the references that we say and that we pull and jokes that we make like come from the Wizard of Oz. It's like kind of crazy how like huge it is in our society and our culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I mean, like I think about people who say like lions and tigers and bears.
Yeah,
That's literally
that's where
her
that's
thing.
from. Yeah, yeah, it's so great. Oh, it's so cool.
Well, and I think the other cool thing about The Wizard of Oz, I feel like it's one of the first films where you get to see the amnesia aspect of like this whole
Yeah,
thing was a dream
yeah,
and nobody really knows what happens. Like you were there, but they don't remember.
yeah. And you're like, okay,
And
wait, what's happening? Yeah.
yeah, but there's also like a realism factor for me too
Mhm.
of like the dramaticism of her being like, okay, you took my dog, so I'm gonna run away.
Oh, I like literally watching this last night. I had the same thought. I was like, for one, I had the thought that because she when what's her name like the not witch Gulch Myra Gulch I think is what it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
yeah the neighbor or whatever she comes to take Toto she has like legal the grounds to stand on to be able to like take her freaking dog and Dorothy is like super upset obviously she's crying and I even thought I was like that feels like even an under like reaction to me I would
yeah.
be
She
John
threatens to
Wick
bite
I would
her.
be lighting this place on fire I'm not my dog's on the floor over there I can't as much as Tori loves the Wizard of Oz, the Oz vlog loves the Wizard of Oz. I love my dog. Like I would be burning the place down. Oh, I would freak out. And so I just feel like she's so. And I read a couple like reviews that said the same thing. I was like, they were like, no, I'd kill for my dog too. I was like, me too. Yeah, no, everything she does is so justified. Like to
Yeah.
be because it really all started because like this lady wanted to take her dog and she decided to run
All
away.
because he got into her garden and she was like,
Yes,
well, he might bite me, and it's like he should have.
yeah, he should have. You were rude, and like he didn't.
He
So
didn't do anything.
jeez.
And then
No, I
like
felt the same thing.
she's just so justified. She's so valid. And then she gets there, and I feel like nobody really talks about just how genuine and tender she is as a person because she hears that her
Yes.
aunt is sick, and then she goes
Yes.
home and she fights through a
Yeah.
tornado.
Yeah.
People don't understand Dorothy like I understand Dorothy.
No, I love it. Tell
And
us more about that.
the other thing I don't really so I love the concept of her getting to Oz and the villain being the person who stole her dog.
Of course.
Let's get there.
Again,
But the
I
other thing
really
that's
relate.
it's such and kind of touching on what you were saying, it's so similar to what we talk about today because people are saying maybe it's not the lesson we learned, but the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. Guess where that came from. Guess what
That's
that relates?
literally what
It
it's
was
about.
a
Like
rose.
it literally gets to the end and none of them have any kind of actual tangible evidence of what they learned or what they
Yeah.
got from the wizard. It's what they already had. They already got
Yes.
it all.
Oh, that's what I love so much about this too is like all along the way I was like, oh, there's like a really important lesson to be learned here and here and here and here and like all these different quotes that I was like, wait, I'm like writing all these down because sometimes in my like letterboxed reviews on like the app, like I like to include like a little quote and so I'll like write them down as I go. And I was writing down so many because there were like so good and there were so many that I feel like just kind of encompass everything about like what it is. And that was one of them that like everything everything that we ever want, like we some part of us already has and is already like within us. Do you know what I mean? And we just have to like it sounds so cheesy and like a little woo-woo manifestation, but like no, it's actually true is like we just have to be in the right circumstances and like want it enough to kind of let it out, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And there's no place like home. There's no place like the one place that always brings you comfort, and that's your home place. That's
Yes.
where your people are,
Yes.
where the people who have always been there to save you. Because you
Yeah.
even have at the beginning, she gets wrapped up in the pig pen, which is like one of the worst
Yes.
things you can do. And who comes to save her? Her entire farm staff and her friends and
Yes.
her aunt.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm so glad you mentioned that because I was going to mention it too. Is like of all the again of how huge this movie is in culture and stuff. I don't think there's anything that is as huge as the phrase "there's no place like home." And I I wrote this in my review as well. So but I was like, you know, is like as often as that gets thrown around and as long as it has been said, it almost seems like it could be like really trite or like kind of just like, like a cliche that you don't really think much about. But especially while I was watching last night, I was like, no, that's actually so true. Cause like little vulnerable moment for people who don't know this about me. But right now I'm living at home and like I'm living with my parents and I'm 29 and like that's not obviously where I thought my life would be at this point. But like with the past, like my 20s have been a tough decade and like home has always been the place where I can land. Do you know what I mean? And like every
Mhm.
time things are too hard and like I can't figure things out and things can't move forward or for whatever reason, like home has always been the place that I can come back and it's safe and it's the people that I love are there and that are literally going to be there for me, like no matter what. And I know like not everyone has a home like that. And I just thought like watching it last night, I was like, oh my gosh, how lucky am I to like actually be able to say there's no place like home. You know what I mean? That's like so cheesy, but it's so true.
And
I'm so glad you said
it's
that.
not cheesy because the other thing about that people don't, for the people that don't know, Wicked, the entire franchise is based on The Wizard of Oz. Like
Yes.
without The Wizard of Oz, you wouldn't have Wicked.
Yes.
And in Wicked for Good, the only reason why No Place Like Home became a song is because it's one of the biggest things
Yeah.
from the film, and they wanted to
Yeah.
tag it into the musical series as well.
And
And
can I
like
also
Stephen
just say
Schwartz
that
does
movie's
not
so
play.
good. No. Oh,
It's so
I
good.
thought people were saying that like Girl in the Bubble's good. The other addition
Mm-hmm.
to the second one, There's No Place Like Home is like really good. And people were saying that they didn't care for either one of them. I was like, no, 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 no. I love There's No Place Like Home. It's really good. And
It's
so I
so
just think it's
perfect.
so
And then they
true.
add the animals to it. They add the government aspect to
Yes.
it, how the wizard's not
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I could go on for years about how the cast for that film was
Yeah.
perfectly casted, that Jeff Goldblum,
Yep. Yep.
love him.
Yep.
And I don't, people aren't talking enough about Steven Schwartz would not add that in there if that wasn't a formative part of the original film.
Yeah.
If
No,
there wasn't a
100%.
reason for it to be in his, he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing that I love about Wizard of Oz and that I talk about on the daily is that the Cowardly Lion, he's not really cowardly.
No, he's so brave.
He's so brave.
He's so
And then
brave.
he's completely valid in all his fears. She's like, are you sure you want to join the
Yeah.
literal army that's trying to kill everybody?
Yeah.
Like, are y'all sure you want to dress up as them? And then, like, they'll step on his tail and then they'll get mad at him because he jumps. It's like,
Yeah.
you guys don't have a tail. You
Yeah.
don't have any issue.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
yelling at him for?
Yeah.
And then I don't have any beef with him because one, he's around a person with no brain and a person with no heart.
Yeah.
And he's the only one there with all these valid emotions and they're
Yeah.
gaslighting him.
Yeah. You're like, excuse me?
I don't play about him because he didn't do anything wrong. Now, I've seen a lot of people. I was doing some research last night because I was like, I'm intrigued by some of the conspiracy theories people have about the Wizard of Oz.
Right. There's a lot also.
There are so many, and then
Yeah.
one of them was that like Dorothy and the Scarecrow are kind of like flirting the whole time.
Okay, I've like, oh, I don't mean to keep talking about the Oz vlog, Tori, the Oz vlog.
No,
Shout
keep
out
doing it.
Tori, truly. I think she's so cool. I love her so much. I love how much she loves the Wizard of Oz. But she has like talked about that before, and I forget exactly what she has said, but I think it was meant to be part of the movie at some point. And like so that's like when she's leaving, when she's like, I think I'm gonna miss you most of all. That was like it was like part of it that there was like meant to be just a little like really innocent like little romance and stuff between them. But I just thought that was interesting.
Well, especially because like I mean, yeah, she meets him first, so that would make sense. You know,
Right.
kind of like
Miss you the
the
longest, like known you the
yeah.
longest. Yeah.
But there's also just the thing when you watch at the beginning, the person who actually saves her from the pig pen's the lion, the one that like actually does everything to save her is the lion.
Hmm.
So you should like the lion.
The lion. You should miss the lion most of all.
I'm
Okay,
just
yeah.
very passionate about the Cowardly Lion.
No, I love
Um,
that. Well, and the thing
and
too,
then
I think there's sorry, I don't mean to interrupt what
no,
you were
you're
saying.
okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I also love another thing to learn about the Cowardly Lion, and this again, it's like obvious when you watch it, and it seems like an obvious like lesson to learn, but like it's just so applicable and it's so like important. Is that again? Yes, he says he like doesn't have courage and he's not brave and all this stuff, but like the reason that he does is like he does all these things even though he's scared, like despite the fear he does them anyways, and he saves Dorothy anyways, he goes with them anyways, like, you know what I mean, and he's scared the whole time but he still does it, and it's, oh, I
He
love him.
he's also the perfect example. I like, again, I'm on my soapbox about him, but the thing about him that I love the most is he's the perfect example of don't judge a book by its cover. He's the king of
Yeah,
the forest, but he's
yeah,
terrified for his life.
yeah,
And like it's applicable for all of them though, because the scarecrow's supposed to be able to scare crows and he can't even do that.
yeah,
And the Tin Man was supposed to be able to cut down a tree, get everything he needs, can't do it.
yeah,
It gets oiled up.
yeah,
And the entire time they're all trying to get to this one person who is literally the antithesis of not doing his job right.
totally.
Because and I don't think the wizard's a bad man.
No, yeah, it's like what he says, he's like, no, I'm a good man but I'm a really terrible wizard. Like,
Literally, and
that's true.
that's so beautiful to think about because if you really think about it, he just kind of like showed up there in a bubble and people
Yeah,
were like, "Oh, wizard."
and he's like,
They
okay,
didn't take into it. Yeah, like it's no different than when you apply for a job that you're totally not fit for, that you have no
yeah,
education for, but they hire you anyway. Like, you
yeah,
expect me to be good at this? I don't have
yeah,
any kind of prereqs.
yeah, yeah,
He's literally, when I started out as a social worker, I had a psychology degree. I had no clue about anything.
yeah, and you
But
just learn along the way.
I faked it till I made it, and look at
That's
where
so
I'm at. So
cute.
I could have been like the wizard.
And I think that's a kind of an interesting difference too between like the narrative of like Wicked and like the narrative of like the Wizard of Oz. Because spoiler alert for Wicked if you haven't seen it. The Wizard and Wicked, not a good guy, not a
Mhm.
good dude, doing bad things. Um colonialist, like I don't know, he just imprisoning the animal, all this stuff. Um
Mhm.
but in the Wizard of Oz, I feel like it's not that way. Again, he's a good man, but he's a bad wizard. And so I feel like he kind of, again, this like power was like thrust upon him a little bit. But like
Mhm.
to me in the Wizard of Oz, it seems like he wants to do good with that. And he decides that okay, he's been giving this like platform, if we want to like use modern terms or whatever. And he decides to be a good leader. And yeah, he might not have gone about it the best way. And he's like kind of trying to keep up this facade, but he's trying to be good with what he has. And I just really like that. And I think, I don't know, again, I think there's something to be said about what we can do from that. Like just doing the best that we can with what we're given, what we have, and trying to be good within our means, you know?
And one of the things that I loved when Wicked started to come out and the casting started to come out was just one, the diversity of the cast, because
Yeah.
it was the first time where I had really seen one, more positivity than I saw negativity. There was still a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
people who I was like ready to fight over,
Right.
but when you look into The Wizard of Oz and their casting coming out too, they were so excited to have
Yeah.
a diverse cast like that where, yes, majority of them were white.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and deny that.
Yeah.
However, you had little people in it.
Yeah.
We had a woman who was of Jewish descent. We
Yeah.
had a couple of women who were, which by the way, this came out in 1939.
Yep.
Jewish women were not
Not being treated
respected
great.
anyway. Yeah. Well,
Greatest.
we
Yeah.
were literally 7 years away from
Yeah.
Hitler.
Yeah.
And at one point, I was just so excited to see like Steven Schwartz actually addressing the fact that Wicked was going to be about racism, especially with a black woman playing Elphaba. That was
Yeah.
the most insane but beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life
Yeah.
because so many people were upset with the emotion between Ariana and Cynthia, but do
Mhm.
they not understand that Cynthia is literally playing a character who's just like her?
Yeah. I was like, do you guys understand what the entire musical is like? The entire musical is about, literally. The whole
We're
thing.
missing the plot. The
Yeah.
literal last 30 minutes of
Yeah.
Wicked is the Wicked Witch saying her green skin is deplorable, and you don't get that.
Yeah. Oh, oh, it's so good. And yeah, there's just those connections. And I do love that, like, I don't know, there just was, I think, such I don't even I loved Wicked the movie. I don't think it's perfect. I have a couple
Mhm.
complaints here and there, but I do think it was a
Mhm.
really good adaptation of the musical. And I just love that, like, I mean, both the musical and the movie, I guess in general is what I'm trying to say, is like it's such a spiritual like partner to the Wizard of Oz, I think. So I love
It
that.
does. And like I the other thing about Wizard of Oz that makes me like we were talking smack about Miss Gulch, but I have a lot of sympathy and empathy for the Wicked Witch because her sister
Yeah,
just died.
I know that. Oh, and oh my gosh, if my sister's died, I'll die. I can't, I won't
And
go on.
her
I'm
shoes, her
serious.
shoes are the last thing of her
Yeah.
sister, and you're telling me you
Yeah.
wouldn't crash out and like start
Yeah.
chasing a little girl?
Yeah. It's
She
like,
doesn't actually want Dorothy dead. She doesn't
she
actually
wants the
want her
shoes.
dead.
Yeah. And if
Yes.
that's the only way to
And
do it. Just kidding. Yeah.
and
No, I
like this
love
little
it.
girl from Kansas just comes out of nowhere, takes her sister's shoes,
Yeah.
and can't take them off.
Which
I
is,
would
yeah.
crash out too.
She's kind of real for that. I love that.
She is kind of real for that. And
Yeah.
I'm not to defend a dog snatcher, but
Sister, when your sister dies, what are you gonna do? Yeah. No, I love it. I really had like so much fun rewatching it. Like I said, it was the first
good.
time I think it since I was a kid, and I watched it all the time as a kid. Probably not as much as you, but all the time as a kid. So I just had such a fun time rewatching it. So thanks for letting me do that. Is there anything
Of
else you want
course.
to say about the Wizard of Oz and before
If you haven't
we go to the
watched
next
it,
one?
watch it.
Yeah,
If you haven't
really.
watched it, watch
It's a
it.
classic.
And shout out Judy Garland. I miss you.
Yeah. Oh,
Rip.
she's amazing. Truly such an icon. Talk about foundation of our
Oh
culture
my
and our
gosh.
society.
Her other films too. People don't
Yeah.
talk enough about her discography.
Yeah. Spin all of Judy Garland. Honestly, everyone go watch Judy Garland.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm like,
She's
oh.
amazing. No, I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Um,
Which one should we
yeah,
segue
what do you
into?
want
I'm
to
trying to
do? Talk
think.
about next.
Oh.
None of mine
Okay.
had a natural segue at all, so
We'll
don't worry
we'll
about
do
it.
we'll do Sinners just because Michael
Yes.
B. Jordan.
Oh my gosh, I love this movie so much. It makes me sick. Oh, I love this movie so much.
Congratulations on their sweep at the
Oh, they did
Oscars.
incredible. Michael B. Jordan. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wanted them to they won a lot. I wanted them to win even more. But it's fine. I'm really happy with it. I also loved One Battle After Another, but it's yeah. Tell me about
See,
like your first I don't know, your first time seeing this, your first experience, like what was that like?
so fun fact, I talked a little bit about this before we started the recording section, but my best friend Jonah is a flight attendant, and so he comes back into town often to see me and to visit, and we decided to start watching movies that we had heard a lot about but
Yeah.
that we hadn't watched it.
Gosh, I love
And he
that.
had just watched Sinners, and I was like, I don't want to watch it with you if you've already seen it. Like, I want
Right.
to be able to watch it by myself. So we watched Begonia together, we watched
Love it.
Weapons together,
Love
and
it.
then I watched Sinners right after. And I just I'd seen a lot of the confusion as to why it was getting such Oscar buzz, and I'm like, this man was able to depict two different people
Oh yeah.
by dimples.
Oh, he's so amazing. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
he's so talented.
this director actor duo is unstoppable
Oh, a hundred
because
percent.
we have Black Panther,
Mhm.
Creed, now we have Sinners.
And Fruitvale Station, don't forget.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. They're so incredible. Yeah.
They're so incredible. They're unstoppable. And
Mhm.
it's just so beautiful to see a cast and a crew with nothing but people of color,
Yeah.
specifically men of color who do
Yeah.
not get enough attention in this industry and who do not get enough awards for this type of work that they're doing. Because again, nobody wants to talk about the underlying conversations that are happening in centers. It's not just this fantastical thing about like vampires and
Mhm.
time jumps and all of these things. Like there's a family aspect, there's a
Mhm.
racism aspect, there's an
100%.
interracial
Yeah.
aspect, and there's just something so beautiful about seeing somebody like Michael B. Jordan who's been in these kind of like he's been in a lot of historically accurate films, and he's been in a lot of films where we finally see black men in like higher positions of power.
Mhm.
But it's very rare that you see a black man leading a cast where it's fantastical, but he's also able to connect to it in his just real world energy and the way that he carries himself.
Mm.
And I actually read a little blurb about Sinners.
I love it.
There's something so beautiful about seeing them united by one purpose
Yeah.
that none of them have really encountered before, except for a select few.
Mhm.
Like you see, especially the twist at the like I also soundtrack.
Oh my gosh. You don't understand. Will You Go, Lassie Go was one of my top songs of the year last year. Like, and I listen to it constantly. Rocky Road to
And
Dublin. Are you
they're
kidding me? I lied to you. Like, it's it is so good. I think that when people think of a musical, they think of like real Hollywood, like, song and dance and
no.
like the theatrical of it all. But this is like a musical. Do you know what I mean? It's like not quite in the
Yes.
same like vibe of it, but by definition, it's a musical. And people that say they don't like musicals and they love Sinners, guess what? You love a musical. Like it's so yeah, I can't get enough of the
And
music.
not to bring up the whole ballet debacle with Timothy Chalamet, but
Oh
what a
yeah,
beautiful thing at the Oscars to bring out Misty Copeland,
it was
the
incredible.
first black woman in a
Yeah.
modern ballet company, to really just show off that ballet is beautiful and it
And
can.
and the thing about that like recreation, if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, they like sang the Oscar nominated song I Lied to You at the Oscars, and they're in the movie there's this scene where one of the kind of like theses, I don't know if that's a word, of the movie, whatever, is the like how connecting music is, and it connects between cultures and life and death and ancestors and like past and present, and it's so good. And there's this scene in the movie where they like literally it's oh my gosh, it's I could freak out just talking about this, how good it is. It's a one shot like through the one of the main characters, Sammy, is like playing this song, and he's so talented. He's such a good singer, he's such a good guitarist, and he's playing this song, and it starts to like show that connection like in real life. Like, and so as they move through this like juke joint and like this like dance hall kind of that they're in, they start to see like electric guitarists like a la Jimi Hendrix, kind of, he's not in it, but like someone that's kind of like meant to represent him. And like we see like ballet dancers start to come out, and like oh, it's just so amazing. And like hip hop dancers and like musicians and DJs. And then also again it starts to connect through like it starts to connect cultures because there's an Asian couple there, and like so like these Chinese dancers come out, and it's so amazing. I cannot say enough good things about it. I saw it in theaters 4 times, cried every single time. Anyways, they like kind of recreated it at the Oscars, and like it was on stage, and so they had Misty Copeland come out and like dance, and it was just so amazing. And I sorry, I've been talking for 100 years literally about this one
No, and I
scene,
love
but like
it.
the last thing I'll say about it is um I obviously Ryan Coogler and like the filmmakers like didn't owe us, especially as like white people, don't owe us anything, but like, and it really was such a celebration of their own, culture and their own past that they wanted to celebrate and stuff. But I also kind of just thought it was such a generous maybe byproduct of that like we got to witness that, because I really have not. I was like so affected by that scene, and I was so like emotional by it. I thought it was so powerful that like again, and just I don't know, I don't really have that connection, and everything that really like pretty much everything in our world and our culture has become because of Black culture, and we have them to thank for that. And like I just thought it was such a generous byproduct of this movie being made that Ryan Coogler kind of let the general audience be a part of that and feel like even just like a little piece of it. I just thought that was so cool. So
And I think that's one of the concepts of the film too, like the underlying plot of it all is just the reality of white people taking over black culture and
yes,
exploiting it
yeah,
and taking it as their own.
yeah,
And I was talking to my boyfriend about this recently. Like Elvis, he took majority of his dance style and his music
everything.
style from black culture,
Oh,
from
100.
black
All his
churches.
songs copied, direct
Literally.
covers. I was like, okay, yeah.
And like there's just something so interesting about the supernatural aspect of it also being racism in this film,
Hmm.
because the vampires, they're spoiler alert, they're vampires.
Oh
Um
no.
they like they have to be welcomed in. So it's like
Yeah.
this idea of like white people being able to be welcomed into a culture and then snatching it up and
Hmm.
pretending like they weren't welcomed in, like this
Hmm.
wasn't a moment of you're allowed to be here. We welcome you here. This is what we want. And then there's also the underlying aspect of racism there because this is during Jim Crow. Like this
Hmm.
this is the time when Jim Crow and Y'all don't even want to get me started on that. But
Hmm.
there's just an obscene amount of brutal oppression during this time.
Hmm.
And then you have two black men who are trying to open a juke bar, who are just trying to
Hmm.
show that music can bring everybody together. And then
Hmm.
they have these white people that they think are actually going to help be a part of it. And then it turns out they just snatch it up, including their souls.
Yeah.
And what and
What a
what a beautiful metaphor.
yeah. And it's also interesting too because like Remick is Irish, the main vampire is
Mhm.
Irish, and like this is he has experienced like in the movie, and like Ryan Coogler said, like canonically, he's experienced the worst of colonialism. Like he has experienced
Mhm.
English oppression after like upon Ireland. That was like what he came
Mhm.
from, what he experienced, what he lived through, and so
Mhm.
exactly what was done to him is what he's trying to do to um to these black people, and he like it wasn't enough that was done to him. He like is doing it to other people, and he's trying to take from them what was taken from him, and I just thought that was so
Mhm.
interesting too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I think your favorite scene is also a beautiful representation of how music transcends time.
Yeah.
It transcends time, it transcends culture, it transcends supernatural realms, whatever
Yeah.
you want to say. There's always a way for music to come through. And I just loved the idea of, I just feel like ever since probably 2016 on, there have been so many revolutionary films that have such an obscene amount of underlying accountability being had for white people who have never been able to accept that.
Hmm.
We have things like Get Out. Get Out, don't even get me started on Get Out. That's an
Yeah.
incredible film.
Yeah.
But like Get Out, you have Us, we have Sinners, and then even some of the newer films that have come out that are like metaphorically more intense than the actual physicality of the film, like
Hmm.
Begonia. People don't talk enough about Begonia being like very metaphorical and very realist to how
Yeah.
we're ruining our earth.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. That's another. Everyone go watch that movie too. It's really good.
It's a great movie
It's
and
really
nobody
good.
talks about it. It's
Yeah.
weird, but it's good.
Oh, it's super weird. The Yorgos Lanthimos is a super weird guy. That's just who he is. And weirdly, I think this is like his most approachable. Not to like veer off, but anyways, segue.
Well, well, not to mention like especially in the world we're currently living in with a certain thing happening,
Yeah.
very telling, very cult-like.
Yeah. I think you're right. No, it was a good year for movies. Again, 2025.
2025 was a great year for movies.
I
I don't know
love
what they
it.
were putting in. I guess like the SAG-AFTRA strike just really inspired writers to get in there.
Good. I also just want to mention really quickly. I don't have you listened to Amy Poehler's podcast, Good Hang? You ever
Yes.
listen to that? Have you listened to Ryan
Yes.
Coogler's episode that she did with him?
Yes.
It is so good. Everyone listening, really go watch that. Like it was so good. Really just like listen to anything Ryan Coogler's ever done. He's so brilliant. He's so smart. He knows his craft so well. But I just loved everything that he said about like making this movie and his collaboration with Michael B. Jordan and how like his wife Zinzi was such a big part of it. Like I it was just such a good conversation. Oh, I love this movie so much. I'm so glad you like chose this as one of your favorites.
It's just such, I just love also the concept, like the very end of the film when we talk about seeing the sunset and it's the last time he saw his brother alive.
Oh
And like,
my
there's really
gosh.
no freedom until there's no freedom in living forever if you can't see the sunset, if you can't see
No. If you can't see the people
what
that
the
you
end looks
love,
like.
like totally. Like
Yes.
what's the point? You know what I mean?
And
What
what
is
a
the point?
beautiful way to end the movie too, of like, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
sure, everybody's alive technically and everybo's able
Yeah,
to like
but like what's the point? At
live
what
forever.
cost?
But yeah, and what you he lost the other half of his soul.
Oh. Oh, I can't. Again, and I literally was just talking about like, oh, I die without my sisters. My brothers too, but like I don't even have like a twin. I imagine that's like a whole nother, kind of like
Yeah.
layer of it. Yeah. Have you seen it? Have you seen this movie since the first time that you saw it?
Yes, I've
Yeah,
seen it 3 times now, and
I love
every
it.
time I notice something new. Like
Totally.
one of my favorite things is listening to Ryan's podcast stuff that he does, any of his interviews that he does, one of my favorite things is the amount of times he let his actors just kind of like run rampant and do whatever
Yeah.
they wanted.
Yeah.
And they're kind of some of the best scenes in the movie. Like one of my favorite scenes that I still wheeze about even today is like, y'all clan, sir.
Oh my gosh, sir. Oh, that is one of my I can't believe I was gonna mention that just of how much I love that part, and I like almost forgot. Dude, that part is so funny, and it's also like one bold of is it Stack or Smoke that asks that if he's I don't
Smoke?
remember.
I think it's Smoke.
I don't remember. One of the twins.
One
Yeah.
of them asked.
Remick is like trying to get in. He's the white vampire that's like trying to get into the juke joint, and so they're all kind of like at the door, and he goes, literally this black man asking a white man, really wild at the times, y'all clan?
Y'all clan?
And Remick immediately, sir. And he's like so taken aback. Just
it's just so funny because he's
literally
like,
delivery alone, it's hysterical.
and I think what's even funnier is because you can take it multiple ways. You can take it like, what do you mean clan? I don't know what that is. And you can also take it like, I'm a vampire wanting to take your soul, never a clan.
Like, I'm a vampire, but not a racist. Like, it's
like,
I love
ew.
everything about that delivery. Oh, it's so good and so funny. I love Jack
And
McConnell.
every interview I've heard about that, he was like, I told him just to say whatever he wanted,
Sir.
and that's what he went with.
I love it.
And
And that's
like,
what made
he
me
could
cut.
it's just his face that gets me because he's like, excuse the hell out of me.
And it's also like immediate. It's like such an immediate reaction. He's like so taken aback. Oh, it's so funny.
Sir.
It's like a physical like, oh, recoil.
Well, because so many people talk about, and yes, the scene with Mary where she's like very outward about what her and him be doing.
Sure.
We all talk
Yeah.
about that. Nobody talks about Sir.
Sir. Oh, it's so funny. Oh,
And that's
this was oh yeah. This was one of my favorite movies that like I talk all the time about like the theater experience. I don't know when these episodes are like getting released or in what order. So I don't know if I've talked about it already on the podcast, but like in my real life, never shutting up about like the movie theater and like how important it is and how special it is and what a special place it is to be. And I just think that this is one of the movies that like is so true about that because I've seen it. So I saw it for the first time in IMAX, amazing. But I was by myself, like I saw it alone, and I didn't know a ton about it. I'd seen the trailers, whatever, but like I just went to see it, and I was literally like floored by this movie. I was so amazed, and I went in the middle of the day too. This was like before I was like had my current job, so I like had days off in the middle of the week. I went on like a Wednesday at like 11, like, and everyone else we were just like kind of all, I could tell we were all by ourselves, so we were like sitting all together but like alone, you know what I mean? And it was like such a special little thing because like we just all wanted to be there and we were all kind of experiencing this together but like separately, and I just love that. And then also I've seen it with like a huge crowd of people, and I've seen it with other people, and I've showed it to other people that like it's just such a special, like it's just like a movie made to be seen in a theater and everywhere else, because everyone should see this movie at literally any cost. But like I just know that there's going to be so many re-releases of this movie in theaters, and I think that you should make the effort to go, like no matter what, if you can.
Even if you, so like I know a lot of people. I was talking about this earlier too. Like I went and saw the drama last night,
Yeah.
and if you have a good enough cast, anybody will show up.
Yeah. Oh,
And
totally.
Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld were like
Yes.
the talk of the town for this
Yeah.
movie, and most people went to watch it because they're hot.
Yeah. Sorry.
But you leave, sorry, like you're hot,
Yeah.
sue me.
Yeah.
But you leave the theater like, wow, their appearance is only the beginning of the iceberg that is that film.
Yeah. And then I think it leads you to like just one, like maybe go watch their other movies, but also like learn more about the other actors and learn more about their stories, and like and watch their filmography and what kind of like their, I don't know, their whole situation, and like learn more about like the history of oppression, and like it's just all so good. I love movies. Oh, I love movies. This is like what it does for me, you know? It's what it does for all of us. So
It's so
yeah.
beautiful.
I love it. Anything else about Sinners? I feel
No,
like
I
we've
just
literally
Michael
been raving about it for,
literally
for like 20 minutes.
Michael B. Jordan, you did great.
So good.
Love you.
Everyone. Yes. No, really. Love you
He
2 times.
deserved that Oscar.
Yeah, I agree. He was like my choice, and I knew he was gonna win. He was like my prediction and my choice. Like to
If
win, but
he
I'm so
if he
glad.
didn't win, I was gonna burn down the Oscar stage.
Of course,
Sorry,
Dolby Theater. Sorry.
literally. Sorry.
Love it.
Okay, while I'm on
Number,
my
what are we
passion
on?
kick,
Number
let's
3?
just talk about let's just talk about weapons. Let's just
Weapons.
let
Let's
me
do
talk
it.
about this.
Please talk about weapons.
Weapons was the third film I watched in my 2025 movie obsession series. I
I love
went with
that.
Begonia, and then I did Sinners, and then I did Weapons.
Okay.
And I watched the trailer, and I remember thinking, this is going to be the weirdest horror film I've ever seen. There's nothing worse than a kid in a horror film,
Mhm.
and there's nothing worse than the way these kids run in this film.
Really fast, can I pause? Do you like horror in
Yes.
general? Can I just wanted to ask that.
Sometimes it
Okay,
just
okay,
depends.
okay. Just for a little context, keep
I
going.
don't like kids in horror.
Yeah, they're
I don't
scary.
like it.
Yeah.
Well, they're scary, and like none of these kids, like their imaginations run wild, so they really do just like go into this.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
don't
it can be
like it.
damaging, like in real life. It's like there's a whole ethical issue of like child actors. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
get it. I
but
get it.
something they've run with this like weird V shape. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like the trailer is so scary. But then
The
you
like,
watch it
yeah.
and Amy Madigan with her 45 minutes of screen time.
Gosh. Amy Madigan, if you haven't seen it, one, again, spoilers, sorry. Go see Weapons if you haven't, and stop listening if
My
you haven't.
my own personal friend Amy Madigan is an Oscar
Truly.
winner. And again, as you can tell by what I just went on a rampage about, I love Sinners, and I would have loved if somebody from Sinners won as well, but Amy Madigan needed it.
No, I was thrilled. And I also think it's huge when, again, I've said this before too, but like an Oscar does not like a good actor make or a good movie
Mhm.
make, like there are so many like unrecognized movies and like Oscar winners. And so, but it is really cool also, like when, because it's like a peer voted on award. And so it's like really,
Mhm.
really cool when your peers acknowledge that. But also it doesn't happen very often with horror specifically is what I was getting at. And so it's really, really, really cool when horror movies and horror performances are recognized by the Academy because it's like quite often snubbed. And so how
Mhm.
cool that this again, it's like a fairly short performance, but by Amy Madigan, by a woman, was recognized and won and awarded. She's so scary in this
She is
movie.
so
She's
good
so
in this movie.
scary. So good.
Aunt Gladys is very misunderstood, and I've said it, and I will defend this woman
Ooh.
until I die. She's
Okay.
misunderstood.
Tell me about
Okay,
that.
I've heard rumors that they're going to come out with a prequel for her,
I've
and
heard
I
that
need
too.
it. I need it.
I've heard that too.
She's sick, okay? She's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
sick. Something is wrong with her. And especially coming off of Sinners, who wouldn't want to not die of a
Yeah.
horrible sickness? But even more so, we really don't talk enough about the underlying like metaphor there because I know the director has talked about this, that it's sort of a metaphor for alcoholism.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
It's so cool.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like this huge metaphor for alcoholism, and Aunt Gladys is alcohol. She comes in out of nowhere. The parents start using it, and then this kid is taking care of his parents who are alcoholics. That's why he feeds them
Ooh,
soup, and why he
interesting.
and that's like the whole spiel about her being like, I could make them hurt each other. I can make them hurt themselves. I can make them eat each other if I wanted to. Like that's the concept of
Interesting.
alcohol. If you get it in the right person, you can really just ruin their entire lives.
That's so interesting. Yeah, so the concept of if you haven't seen Weapons is like essentially you find out that this woman, she's like kind of witchy. I think
Mhm.
that's is that made clear in the movie? I don't remember or if that kind
Yeah,
of just
I
like
mean,
like
there's something
gathered.
supernatural that
There's
she's
something,
able
yeah,
to
she's like
do.
kind of witchy, but she's able to like control people by like having something of theirs.
And she
And
makes them do this weird run.
okay, I'm not okay, I just again, we'll like keep talking about, everything, but like this movie like really scared me. There's usually movies I don't know. Usually movies are just movies to me as far as like
Mhm.
horror goes, and I can like I mean that in the sense of like I can forget about them like when I leave the theater, but like this like really like freaked me out at some points, which is amazing because this movie is actually also hilarious and not in a I'm so serious, like it's hilarious on purpose, like it was written that way and it was like directed that way, and like it is so funny and it is also so scary. Like there were a couple of points, again, spoilers if you haven't heard it, but oh my gosh, the part where um oh, I'm forgetting her name now. The teacher, Mrs. Gandy, the
Yeah.
teacher. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's sitting in her car outside the kid's house, and she's fallen asleep. It's gotten to be nighttime because she's been there
And
watching
they
for so long.
cut her hair.
There's a figure. The door opens. It's a figure, and the way that she's so you can tell she's like holding scissors, and the way that you can't hear me. The way that she's like walking and holding this pair of scissors towards the car that she's in had my heart going like nothing I've experienced in so long. And then she walks past the window and like the back door opens and you just see scissors and like hair clipped. It was so scary to me. I like freaked out. Oh my gosh. Again, another
Nothing,
incredible theater experience to like experience that with people and to all be scared together. Oh, it was so scary.
nothing prepared me for one. Also, I have beef because why is the only main death a gay couple?
Devastating. Also really scary.
Uh, they're wearing
Really
their little
scary.
matching Mickey Mouse
Oh
tops,
my gosh.
watching the Nature
Tray of
Channel.
hot dogs. I love hot dogs. Also, that's my dream meal. Like,
There's like
perfect meal for
seven
me.
hot dogs,
Cookies,
some chips,
amazing.
and mustard. And like,
Amazing.
he kills his husband, worst death
It's
ever. He's
so
like headbutting
sad.
him to death. And then he starts running. I can't
Again,
even.
being controlled by Amy Madigan's character, Aunt Gladys. It's
But
devastating.
the best scene in this entire movie, and nobody can ever tell me otherwise, is the final scene with these kids chasing this woman
Yes.
through the neighborhood. My favorite quote from this entire film is her being like, "Oh God!" And then she's just running through this neighborhood. And there's this moment where there's a guy cutting his grass, and like he kind of stops, and all you hear is like this subtle scream, and you see
Uh-huh.
her run through like
Yep.
at
It's so
theatrics, and then
funny.
all of a sudden,
Again, it's so funny.
27 missing kids.
It's amazing. Oh, it's amazing.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
And like,
It's so good.
I think the other part that just makes me absolutely wheeze is like the entire film up until like the 45 minutes we get to see Queen Amy Madigan as Aunt
Yeah.
Gladys is this creepy woman in like a clown outfit, and you like
Mhm.
kind of get the inkling that like maybe she's pivotal but you don't really know why.
Mhm.
And when you actually see her walk into the school and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love this office." And
Yeah.
she's talking, you don't, you never get the inkling of like how old she truly is, but you can get it in the
Right.
way she talks. Like she says that they got a touch of consumption like from the Oregon
Yeah.
Trail.
Yeah.
She
That's
like,
like not
they're
something we
not
say anymore.
sick. They have a
No.
touch of consumption, and she's like, "Oh, they've been sick as of late." And
Yeah.
you don't have an actual number to how old she is, but from what she says, you can gather she's at least 100.
Dude.
She's been around the block.
Yeah.
And one of the things Jonah and I, we watched it together, and one of the things that we've talked about is how many relatives has she gone through who have kept her alive?
Alive. Ooh. Yeah, that's spooky.
Because the mom, when she was like, "Yeah, Aunt Gladys is coming to say," she's like, "My mom would have done it." And like the mom has recently died. So
Yeah.
how many relatives has she ran through?
Ooh, that's kind of spooky. I hadn't thought about that. Oh, I love that.
And like another really great scene that I don't see a lot of people talking about either is at the very end of it when the I, for lack of a better term, the crackhead
Yeah.
he's like consistently getting back up after he's getting beat up.
Oh, yeah.
I
It's so
wheezed the
funny.
entire time.
Once again, this is what I'm talking about. Is it's like that's funny on purpose. That's not like funny, kind of like oh awkward laughing. Like no, that was like written to be funny. Like it's funny on purpose. And so I love like I love movies that are good at doing multiple things. You know what I mean? And this movie's
Mhm.
really good at being scary and it's really good at being funny. And I just think it's like such because also again, because it is very scary and very tense at parts, those like lighter moments feel so like you're so grateful for them and they feel so earned
Yeah.
and you're like you can breathe again a little bit for a second and like
Well, and it does a really good it does a really good job of every single character has their own like point of view moment. You know, they have that moment where
totally.
it's like
Yeah.
the name of the character, a black screen, and then it's like their moment. And so
Yes.
there were really good points of, you have a teacher who has no clue where her students are. They just went
Yeah.
missing, but she can kind of gather that like Alex is the problem. And
Yeah.
then the dad of one of the students, he misses his son. He doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
One of the last things he said to his son wasn't something he wanted to say.
Yeah.
And then you have like this very messed up cop who, like, beautiful testament to the time of police violence and just
Mm.
complete idiot in a public sector job, should not be there.
Yeah.
And then you have a person battling addiction. Nobody
Yeah.
believes him when he says that he's
Yeah.
seen these kids.
Yeah.
Nobody believes him when he says that there's like a creepy woman.
Yeah.
And like you have this beautiful moment at the end where they're all together in this house.
Yeah.
And it's like the final point of view of everybody. And then Amy Madigan is stuck in that basement, posing,
Yeah.
waiting for him to come down.
Oh, that part was so
It's
scary.
so
Oh,
it's
that part
so
was
good.
so scary.
If you rewatch it, one of the best parts too is I was like, how did she get to control him? She rips his necklace off.
Ooh.
That's how
And that's
she's
how
able
she
to
got
wrap
it.
it around her stick and break his stick.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
catch.
Jonah and I rewatched it and I was like, how did she get control of him? Because she has to be able to wrap it around her little branch.
Uh-huh.
But it was because she grabbed his necklace and like
I love it. Okay, good catch. I don't know if I had thought about that.
and then the other thing that I thought was really cool is like one of the things I made fun of, love you, Amy Madigan, but her 6 strands of hair
Oh,
without that
yeah.
wig made
Yeah.
me wheeze. And like the moment where Alex grabs her tree and like
Yeah.
breaks it so that the kids will chase her, he grabs her real hair, not the wig,
Ooh, you're
which I thought was
right.
so cool. I was like, wow, what a beautiful little moment there. Because if he had grabbed the wig hair, who's to say it wouldn't have went for some poor woman who
Yeah,
donated her hair?
right. Wouldn't have affected Gladys. No, I think
No.
that's so true.
And
Yeah.
that's a hilarious moment too, because she like hears that stick and she's like, yep, that's
She's
my
like,
call.
uh-oh.
That's for me.
She's like, that's, I knew it was
That's
this
for
had to
me.
happen.
And like Jonah caught this too, and I was shout out Jonah because he caught some of the
Yeah, shout out
funniest
Jonah.
things for me. He at the end when the dad's walking through to like get his kid because he knows his kid's there,
Hmm.
the woman whose house just got bombarded, she goes, "Oh God, honey, there's a man in here." She's so and like what
It's
a
so
real
good.
thing because you have this old bald woman running
Oh,
around in a
yeah.
robe. She has no clue what's happening, and then the
But guess who's
17
scarier?
missing kids 17 missing kids come through because this whole town has been missing these kids.
Yes, it's been like this
This
mystery.
whole
Yeah.
town knows. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden they're back and they're
Yeah.
sprinting at this woman,
Yeah.
tearing her apart.
It's so good. No, this was like a
Oh,
really special like movie. Oh, the this and Sinners especially too is like very recent favorites. A lot of people are like,
mhm.
oh, we don't have original movies anymore. I'm like, then you're not seeing them because they are
Yeah.
here and they exist. It's Weapons, it's Sinners. Like they're award winning for like how original
Mhm.
they are. You know what I mean? Like it's I just think it's so amazing. It's like so I love an original story. I love something that is like cuz I love another thing I love about this movie is just like at no point could you predict what's going to happen next. You know what I mean? And
No.
like I could not have guessed it. I never could have predicted it. And I love people. I love Zach Kreger and he's such a freak. And how did he come up with this? And I love that he did. You know what I mean? Like, how did that
I
happen? Like, and I'm so
There was
grateful.
no moment before Aunt Gladys comes in where I'm like, oh yeah, it's a creepy old woman
Right.
who's a part of this.
Of
I
course.
just assumed the parents were into some kind of witchcraft, or at like one
Yes.
point I remember thinking Alex was. I was like, okay, maybe Alex got into witchcraft because like his
Yeah.
parents are, out of his life, or
Yeah.
they're dismissive. And
Yeah.
then to see that it's actually Aunt Gladys and like she got him to get all of his
Yeah.
classmates things so that she could bring. But you really, I think the other cool thing is that you really don't understand what she's doing. Like she's,
Yeah.
I guess, taking their youth,
Hmm.
but you never really gather how she does it or why. It's just she's keeping these kids in the
Right.
basement.
And you also kind of like don't need to like another like I love that as we were talking about like as I was talking about kind of the like child actors and how it's kind of like unethical like I don't know there's just certain it's like kind of hard to have stories like involving children for a lot of reasons and I kind of love that these kids like were the whole reason for the story
Mhm.
and then also it's not about them really that seems
Mhm.
weird to say but like they're not really in it very much and they are not I also have talked to people my sister-in-law for example she doesn't want to see it because she's so worried about like kids in horror movies like you were and I totally get that and I'm like I need you to know these kids 1,000,000% like okay I mean relatively. You don't see them endure any trauma at all is like kind of what I mean.
No.
And like
Well,
it's kind of the
and like,
opposite. And I think that that's really important is like that they're okay and at least they're going to be okay, you know what I mean? And you don't see
yeah.
anything bad happen to them ever at all.
Well, and like Amy has said in so many interviews, she's like, these kids had a ball on set. They were
Yeah.
having the time of
And she's
their
like, we
life.
were best friends. Like it's just Amy, you know. They weren't scared of me. It's just Amy, like you know. But they were able
And
to like turn it on when they needed to. And I think that that was a really important piece of this movie. Is like I think they protected the kids really well, and I think that's really important.
And I think the beautiful thing about this film at the end too is like you kind of get no answers, but you get some of them. Like some of
Yeah,
them started talking. Like one of the
yeah,
last things they say is like some of them started talking this year, and
yeah,
some of them were able to like walk.
yeah.
So you kind of gather that there is a way out of her trance. It's just
Right.
trying to figure it out. And I just love that Amy Madigan got pitched this script, and she
Yeah,
was like, "Yeah,
I'm in. She's like,
give
give it
it."
to me. I'm perfect for this.
And she is
Yeah,
perfect for it. And
yeah.
I saw a lot of people have beef with her winning that Oscar. And I don't care what you say, those 45 minutes she was in it,
Deserved.
she ate it up.
Yeah, yeah.
She
No, I
ate it
loved
up.
it. I loved it.
Because I've seen her in some of her like niche things. Like she's been in a couple indie films that I'm obsessed with.
Uh
And
huh.
I didn't even recognize her
Yeah, yeah.
because she's usually playing like this sweet woman who's kind of the romantic lead, or she's
Yeah.
playing
And
like a
she's also
mom who's
stunning.
just like
She's so
comforting.
beautiful. She's so cute. Like
She's gorgeous.
she's
And she
not
loves
very cute in
her.
this movie.
No, she's not very cute. And like the other thing that I was wheezing about is she plays up her character even when
Totally.
she's winning awards. Like she
Yeah.
will do the Aunt Gladys laugh every time she wins.
Yeah.
She will do like she runs up onto the stage like these
Yes.
kids.
Yeah. I
She
love how
loves that
proud of her
film,
work she is. Yeah. Yeah.
and she
No, I love
should
it.
be.
And she totally should be. Ugh. Everyone go watch Weapons. Okay? Or
Please
else.
go watch
Please.
Weapons. And if you don't have anybody to watch it with, hit me
Me
up
too.
because
Me too. I'll
I
do it too.
will watch it.
No, for real. It's such a fun watch. And even though again, I was talking about how scary it was, I think that this is a horror movie that like please like push through. I know it's scary. I know that there's a few parts like push through them. They don't last very long. You'll get to laugh next. I promise. I think this is a really
Mhm.
good like if you don't like horror, I think you'll still like this, you know?
Yes.
I think you'll like it.
I am not a fan of a jump scare, but I'm telling you, 90% of the jump scares, they either have a comedic aspect to them, like the scene where I'm talking about where she like rips his necklace off.
Yeah.
It's hilarious
Yeah.
because she's sitting there like a gargoyle. She's like this. And there's no reason
They're
for her to
not
look like
cheap. They're
that.
not like just a scare for a scare. They're like they
Yes.
feel earned. Yeah. No, I totally get it. Anything
Yes.
else you want to share about Weapons?
Just watch it.
Just watch it, please. It's
Just
so
watch it.
good. Ah, I
Oh,
love it.
I just
Number
want to go to
4.
dinner with Amy Madigan.
That'd be so fun. Talk about
Right?
weapons. I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh, my dream. I hope she watches your podcast and she comes onto your
Maybe
podcast.
it'll make it to her and we can talk about
I
her
would
favorites.
cry.
Ooh. Amy, are you listening?
Amy,
I'll invite you if
my
she does.
oh my gosh, please. I
That'd be the
love her.
dream. Yeah.
My final film is My
Yes.
Policeman.
Yes. Oh, okay. This is
I
yeah. Tell me literally all about your feelings for this movie.
so I
Oh,
read
actually,
My
really fast.
Policeman.
Do you
Yeah.
want to give a little? I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe people know like kind of general stories, or like kind of the plots of the last 3. I feel like this one's a
Yeah.
little more obscure. Do you want to give like an overview of kind of what it's about?
So My Policeman is based on a book by Bethan Roberts.
Mhm.
It hones in on a young woman named Marion who has had a crush on her childhood best friend's older brother for
Mhm.
years. They end up together, they get married. Her husband's name is Tom,
Mhm.
and she finds out throughout the story that he is actually in a closeted gay relationship with
Mhm.
their like third wheel basically named
Mhm.
Patrick, who
They're
is
like really
a
good
museum
friends. Yeah,
curator. Yeah, they're really good friends and
really
they
good
were
friends.
roommates. Um, and I'm not gonna lie. I've read the book. I read the book well before the film was like ever supposed to come out. And then when
Oh,
I
okay.
found out Harry Styles was gonna play in it, I was like,
In
this is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
yeah.
And
Big Harry girls over
I
here, in case
yeah,
anyone's wondering. Big Harry
I
girls.
love that man. And there was some he at the same time was doing press for Don't Worry, Darling, and you
Uh-huh.
could just tell where his heart was
Hmm.
in press. He would say things like, "I love the way that this movie feels like a movie," and then for My Policeman, he'd be like, "This film is about the intellectual capabilities of a man," and like he would just he talked more than I've ever seen him talk in my life, and I'm like, okay, so which one should I go see? Got it. Um, I think the thing I love the most about this movie is it's better than the book, and I know that that's really hard to do.
Yeah, that's rare.
And there's just something so perfect about the way that they had the elder characters
Hmm.
in huge parts of the movie than they do in the book. Because in the book, you're kind of segueing into them being elders,
Yeah.
and in the movie, you're kind of bouncing back and forth.
Hmm.
And I think there's just a lot more realism in the movie than there is in the books because the book is more of like diary entries. It's more
Yeah.
of like on this date, this time, this happened. Whereas in the movie, you can tell that they're reminiscing on things and you see Patrick is there and he suffered a stroke and they're taking
Yeah.
care of him and
Yeah.
like Tom is just completely dismissive. He doesn't want anything to do with
Hmm.
him. And you don't really understand why until about midway through when they make out for the first time. You're like,
You're like,
oh,
got it. Got
got it.
it.
Okay, got it. And
Yeah.
so this is one of those movies that like I can only watch once every couple of months because
Sure.
I get so deep into a depression that I just can't
Yeah. It's,
think about anything else.
I had seen it when it first came out, but not since then until you told me it was one of your favorites and I was going to watch it so I rewatched it a couple weeks ago. And I had forgotten how sad it was. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, jeez.
The very end of it, like I don't know if I can really verbalize it without getting teary-eyed, but there's a moment at the very end where you haven't seen the young characters in a minute. You haven't seen them since like they've broken up. And they have Harry put his hand on his back as young Tom.
No, it's it's also it's like very bittersweet because like
There's
they
so much
kind of,
wasted time.
yeah, and like
So
there's,
much wasted.
they end up together kind of, implied obviously, and like
Mhm.
Marion ends up, when they're old, she kind of has realized that this has happened this whole time. Oh, she knew before, but like
She
she
deserved everything
decides.
she got. Nobody likes her.
She, it's like, yeah, and she like, she, anyway, she ends up leaving Tom, and so Tom and Patrick can kind of like be together, and so it's like also bittersweet for that because like she's been like, it's just sad, and like I don't know, it's just sad.
It was also, I don't think it got the attention it really deserved because it's such a real concept. It came out like right before the current political climate started. And I don't think we talk enough about just because it's in England doesn't mean gay marriage is just celebrated there and
Hmm.
gay relationships in
Yeah.
general. And you actually have a lavender marriage in that, but one of them is aware that it's a lavender marriage and the other one thinks that
Yeah.
she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And he's a police officer, so
Yeah.
obviously he's afraid of, I mean, people are getting arrested for being gay in this film.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And it's hard to see.
That's another thing that really broke my heart is when Patrick gets arrested and
Oh,
Tom just has to look at him
oh,
and be
that's
like,
so sad.
because
That's
you
so
know
sad.
who did it. It was
Yeah.
Marion. She
Yeah.
sucks. I don't like her.
It's really sad.
She got off way too easy in this
Yeah.
movie for me. And it sucks because I love me some Emma. I love her so much.
The
I love
actor
them
Emma
so
Corrin.
much. Sorry.
She's
Yeah, I
amazing.
love them. Oh my gosh, but man, played Marion too well for me.
A little tough.
It was a lot. But people also don't talk enough about Patrick's actor. I think his name's David.
I
David
forgot. Let me look it up real quick.
David Dawson?
Yeah, keep
David
going. I'll look it up.
something? He's incredible. And I want to say his name's David. I can't remember fully, but I loved him.
We got oh,
Oh,
there we go. Yeah, David Dawson. Oh my gosh.
look at me.
Amazing.
Look at me
Look at you
go.
go. You're so smart.
I love this movie. And he did an interview where they were asking him like were there any hard parts about this movie, because the main focus of press always is like how was it like kissing Harry Styles, and
Oh,
nobody talks enough like
yeah.
there are too many underlying concepts in this film for people to be worried about the fact that Harry Styles was in it.
Mm,
You didn't even have like I didn't recognize him, and I love him very much, but his acting capabilities are very minimal at times, and he was
fair.
killing it. He was
I thought
killing
so
it in this
too.
movie.
I thought so too. I think that yeah, and again, I think the timing of it was a real bummer. Because uh for me, like when I think of this movie and like kind of like what it immediately takes me back to is like everything that was happening around it. I was like
Hmm.
living in Salt Lake at the time, and it was like you said, it was like "Don't Worry, Darling" press time, and it was
Hmm.
which is was its own whole other beast. There was the whole Olivia Wilde of it all, and like the cheating, and the Jason Sudeikis, and then there was the spitting in Chris Pine's lap, and like the Venice
Yes.
Film Festival of it all. It was like it's just so insane, and so much got like overshadowed.
And that's just like the
Um,
prime example for me of how the press can sometimes make or break a film, because not like
yeah,
Don't Worry Darling was actually a really good film. It was a really
okay,
cool concept, and the cast was incredible, and well, part of the cast was incredible. I'm not going to say much else. But I I do think that they should have just released these at separate times, even if it meant me having to wait off of My Policeman for a while. Because this movie had such one, the cast was incredible. Two, the concept's incredible. Three, it was better than the book, which is I don't think I could say another book that has that quality yet. But maybe there will be. Well,
I
I
think I
do
have
love
thought
Little
of a few
Women.
before, but now I can't think of.
I know, like
Honestly,
my brain turned off. Like I think about like Greta Gerwig, her Little Women
yeah,
sometimes clicks for me there.
I wouldn't.
But
I
also,
don't.
shout out Greta Gerwig.
I like
You
wouldn't
made me
describe
watch
it.
Barbie.
Oh, that movie. I love Barbie.
Just shout out to Barbie. That movie made
Yeah.
me. I was flying to London in like October of 2024,
Yeah.
and I watched it on a plane next to this very sweet man from Chicago. He was like, I am the biggest gay man ever, and that movie makes me sob. And I was
Oh,
like,
that's so
I
sweet.
know.
You're like, me
Just
too.
just two girls bonding over
Love it. Oh, that's so
Barbie.
tender. That's
Well,
so
and then
tender.
I was reading My Policeman on that flight. So what
Yeah.
I would do is I would hand him My Policeman, he would read it, and I would watch Barbie, and then we would switch.
Best friends.
So
I love
it's
that.
kind of a beautiful segue, and he was like, "I'm gonna
That's
watch the movie when I get home."
yes. Oh, no, I love that. And that's like some of my like favorite movies. That's like part of like why I want to do this is like sometimes our favorite movies like they have those like attachments of like little memories and stuff to them that make
Mhm.
them special. And I love that. I think that's like such a fun little thing that you'll always be able to like carry. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
and
whenever
I'm
you rewatch it,
terrified
you'll
of
think of that.
planes. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like
and that probably
terrified
makes it
of
so much better.
planes. Yeah, so I was like, "Here you go. Here's my book. Please watch My Policeman. It's so great." And he was like, I've heard about it, but I only ever hear that Harry Styles is in it." And I was like, he's incredible in it, but you don't even notice that it's Harry Styles.
Which is significant.
It's
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
because again, I love you, Harry, but
I
it's
love
so
that.
hard to distract from the way that I love him so much.
Right. No, I love that. This was also a good like rewatch for me and like it's just not one that I don't know if I've ever had someone like say that this is one of their favorite movies like when like we've talked about favorite movies or something. And so I just like again this is like why I wanted to do this is like I love hearing why that this is your favorite and like why it has like meant so much, you know?
I think it's like I said, one of the first films that I can recall where I'm like, yeah, this is better than the book. I would rather watch this than
Yeah.
reread.
Which again
And
is so
then
rare. So
it's
so
so rare for
yeah,
me.
I think that's a really cool thing.
And I just also love it. I know we talked about like the timing was kind of poor for the press side of it,
Sure.
but the
Yeah, on the
time
release.
that it came out was kind of perfect in the sense of we're in a time where that kind of reaction to gay love is just not really something that we see too often now. Like they're not going to get arrested,
Mhm.
like we definitely see homophobia, and we definitely see just like people being absolute horrible human beings, but
Mhm.
it's just it's so far removed now because of the acceptance that has been able to come forth. So to see that, it was just 10 times more emotional for me.
I
And
also
then
think
I
it's like,
just,
oh, sorry, keep going.
go ahead. No,
I don't remember.
go ahead.
Okay, really fast.
No,
I just
I'll
also think it's
remember. Go
like
ahead.
a good, okay, good. I think it's a good reminder too that like, yes, we're so much further, but we're also
Mhm,
not that far removed from it. Like that was not that long ago that this
mhm.
took place. Do you know what I mean? And it's not
Yeah.
that geographically far. You know what I mean? And so I think it's like a really good
Yes.
reminder that like even like little backslides and certain things that are happening now like can take us back to where that was into certain times where this was happening. I think that can happen way faster than we realize, and how important it is to not let things like that happen and to continue to love each other and to like stand up for each other. And
Mhm.
so I think that's really important too. That's something I thought about while watching
I
this.
also, it's very rare that I go into a film and I end up hating a woman afterward because I'm like such a woman lover.
Yeah,
And to leave that movie, I was like, I hate this girl. I hate her
it's
because I
sad.
think it's just a prime example of one, cockiness getting to your head, two, jealousy, and three, she was not in that marriage for the right reason because yes, she's allowed to be hurt. She was being
Hmm.
cheated on. I'm not going
Hmm.
to like condone cheating, but she also knows the climate. She knows what his career means to him. And she also knows that her teaching license is not going to get them where his career has.
Yeah,
So she just threw their life on the back burner because she was jealous.
yeah, it's sad. Maybe now I need to rewatch it with that in mind. Hmm.
I have no empathy for her. I have zero empathy for her.
She said done.
I'm a number one Marion hater.
There you go. Sorry.
And I have,
Sorry, Marianne.
yep,
Yeah, maybe I
I
need to
have
rewatch it with that
zero.
in mind.
Please do. Because every time I see her, I get icked out.
It's really sad. This movie it's a real bummer note to end on, but it's
Well, we can
yeah.
talk about one last thing about weapons.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually let's end it. Well, no, this will make us both cry. Let's end it with the Artemis 2 crew made it back to Earth.
Yesterday, baby, they made it back. Oh my gosh.
I'm
Such a
gonna have to
good,
send
beautiful
you a
thing.
video that I saw the other day that made me wheeze. It was Victor spinning in the background,
Incredible.
and, and they go, Victor spinning is like really spectacular. I love it. He goes, "Who was spinning?" You
Excuse me.
were.
Yeah. No, it's like it was we were talking about that before we started recording. It's just like been a beautiful thing to kind of all come together and to like be a part of and to witness, and like it's just really special, and all the beautiful things that have like connected them to us, and they're just like our love for it's like renewing our love for each other and the earth, and it's just been really beautiful to like
They
witness and be a
love
part
us
of.
from the dark side of the moon.
We love you from the moon, everyone on earth and around. We love you from the moon. Mind if I cry? No, it's so good. No, I love it. I love it. And that's
So
what it's
basically,
all
what
about
we've
is people
gathered from
and each
this
other.
is we love Michael B. Jordan,
Of course.
we love Amy Madigan,
Of
we
course.
love Harry Styles, and we
Yes.
hate Marion.
We'll wrap it up. I love it. Sierra, you're the best. This has been so fun. Is there anything else you want to like share? Do you want to like if you if you could rank them, if you had to rank them, do you feel like you could?
Oh,
Your
yeah, I
four?
could. Okay, so
Okay.
number four is, oh my gosh, it's gonna break my heart, Wizard of Oz.
Ooh,
Because
okay.
I'm sorry, it's just, it's good, but it would go Wizard of Oz, mm, Sinners, My
Okay.
Policeman, Weapons.
Okay. Oh, I love it. And you just
Yeah.
recently saw Weapons. So I think that's another thing about how fun and like connecting and like impactful movies can be is like she just saw it and it's her favorite movie.
Yeah.
That's so
Weapons
cool.
also swept the Darien Awards and nobody talks about it. That's the
It's so
LGBT movie
good.
awards. They
And they
swept it
loved
got the
Weapons.
it got the campiest film award. That's
I
their
love
version
that.
of like best picture.
I love that. I love that. I
Weapons
didn't
is
know that.
for the girls and the gays.
It's really amazing. Oh, I love Weapons so much. I want to go back and watch Weapons and Sinners again.
Yes.
I love
Hi,
it.
Michael.
Bye, Michael. This has been so fun. Truly, thank you so much. Is there like anything, I don't know if you have anything you want to like plug or like talk about or like share in closing? This has been so fun. I've loved
Mm.
getting to talk to you more.
The only thing I have to say is love everybody, don't be a jerk.
Yeah, that's it. That's really it, is
And
what it comes down
at,
to.
if you see me on TikTok talking smack about my ex-boyfriend, comment on it.
Absolutely. Spread that around. Well, I love you so much. This has been so fun. Thank
I
you so
love
much.
you
And for everyone
more.
listening, we'll see you next week. Bye.